Hey everybody, it is Silver Star Automotive. Today we're going to talk about fuel trims, an extremely important item when doing a scan on a vehicle checking for drivability issues. You'll see there's a short-term fuel trim bank 1, there's long-term, short-term on bank 2, and long-term. This is basically reflecting the same thing as what the oxygen sensors are doing on your pre-cat O2s, rich lean. Now, as you can see, we want to base everything around 0 on short term as much as we can. Long term is obviously a longer picture. Now, this one's showing negative, so it's taking fuel away. So at one point or another, this car was running rich. Now, this can become a skewed thing if a car's been sitting and fuel quality is not that good. And this car, we're getting it back up running again. We're doing a full inspection on it. It's a 2007 Corvette, and what we have is an LS2. So we're doing a full inspection on this vehicle. A lot of things have been going on with it because, like I said, it's been sitting. You can see our brake fluid. You can slide there. It is like, that's dark. That's pretty nasty. So we're definitely going to need to get that. I've got my deal up there so I can see what kind of voltage the alternator is putting out while this vehicle is running. And we're staying about a consistent 13.9 volts. Now, with this car being a quote-unquote barn find, in essence, obviously with 137,000 miles, so it looks like not much has been done to it, and it's still in original condition for a lot, which is great. Definitely a lot of potential here. We've got the typical things to where we have, for example, hoses that are a little, soft. They don't want to be super hard either. We've got stuff to where bushings are cracking, tires are cracked, things like that. The very common things that happen when a vehicle sits. However, on this one here, the lower radiator support is literally fractured in places. So the radiator is sitting on it with only half of the support holding it right now. So that's definitely something we're going to address. This one here is back in the day. We also have the cool feature of heads-up display a little bit on this one. So there's a lot of qualities of this car that it had in its heyday that we still use today. But the main thing I wanted to talk about today was this fuel trim. This is very important. And this is also part of a complete diagnostic. So, when you see this, like I said, I want to see what it's doing right there. And we can see it's staying there. We've got different things we can look at. Is fuel trim being learned? Are we in closed loop? Closed loop is the vehicle's warmed up. The goal of every manufacturer is to get the vehicle in closed loop as quick as they can for emissions. So that's what we want to do. Now we can actually see our HO2 sensors. Bank 1, bank 2, sensor 1, bank 1, sensor 1. Obviously they're going crazy, which is what you want to see. You don't want to see the post ones being that crazy. So we got to, it's just things you look at that once you get in here and you know what you're looking for, injector pulse width, things like that. There's multiple of the things. Obviously, I can't teach everybody what we need to be looking at all the time to make a full detail, but I can tell you, just for your own information, you do want to see short-term fuel trim basically hover around 0. But hey, that's a quick little look at a diagnostic scan of when we're looking at something for basically fuel trim, drivability data, things like that. You guys have any comments or questions, just let us know. Otherwise, I'll be talking to you again on Thursday. Have a great week.